All right, we're sitting here on the set of our Book Expo America Borders World with Gary Vaynerchuk, who's the author of a brand new book. It's called Crush It. Gary, tell me the subtitle of your book, Crush It.
Why now is the time to cash in on your passion.
Right.
And I believe that very much.
Yeah.
I think what we've seen in the last 24 to 36 months in the business world, in society, with the way the internet has transformed with these social products like Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr and Ustream, we have a very different world, and there's a lot of opportunity, and I want to expose that opportunity.
Yeah, you started, and you still are, in wine. You got really interested in wine in your New Jersey business, and somehow or another decided to take your interest in wine to the web and create Wine Library TV. How did that happen?
Pulse. You know, a lot of what I talk about in the book is about not what's going on today, but what's going on 3 years from now, 6 years from now. The more you have the ability to figure that out, the more opportunity there is. In 2005, it became obvious to me that video online was gonna have a place. You know, mainstream America started talking about YouTube, not just the internet nerds.
Right.
You know, things like that. And I said, okay, there's something here. I've got this huge passion for wine. Wine is mispositioned. People are not treating it the way I want them to, which is trust your own palate. Don't listen to anybody else, the Wine Spectator, Robert Parker, or me. Let me start this show, talk about it, and empower, build self-esteem to the viewer. And so February of 2006, sat down, camera in my office, and haven't stopped since.
Yeah, it's become huge, right? How many people are watching this stuff?
Almost 100,000 a day. You know, and it's led to Conan O'Brien and to Today's Show and Nightline and a lot of exposure. You know, 500,000 Twitter followers, a lot of craziness has come from it. And then in late 2007, I started transitioning my brand into the other thing I'm passionate about, which is building brand, building businesses, and that's what the book is going to be really about.
Yeah, you took all these tools that were available to anyone, available to anybody out there, and you turned them into something really powerful for yourself. It looks like you now want to share that with a whole bunch of people. The idea, though, of using the web to your advantage, anybody can go grab it, anybody can do it, but it's not just getting on it and doing it. You do got to work it.
You know, the web and its tools, again, all these fancy things like Facebook and Twitter, they're tools. It's like going out and buying a hammer and a drill. Okay, now you got to go use it. And okay, there's carpenters that are better than other carpenters. And so it's about understanding how to use it, being transparent, being authentic, not trying to bullcrap your viewers. Passion. You know, to me, what is that one thing that you would do for free? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? I go through the overview of why it's possible, why what I do today probably would have cost $1 million a year in expenses just a couple years ago, and that would have put me out of business, and why that's not true any longer. And more importantly, finding that thing that really gets you excited, really puts you in a place where even making $45,000 a year on it would be the greatest thing that ever could happen to you. That opportunity is out there, and I want to expose it.
Well, you have a ton of passion, obviously, not just for the wine and all the things. It's now moved up to sharing what you know with other people, but how do you find that if you don't know what it is? There's a ton of people who aren't sure what that is.
You know, and that's something that you got to look within yourself. I think people do know. I think people are scared. You know, somebody out there is most passionate about Care Bears, the cartoon from the 80s, and they're like, there's no way I can make money on that, but there is. The scary part is there's tens, if not hundreds, if not millions of people out there that have that same passion. And the ability for anybody, whether, by the way, it's a book retailer, an author, a collector, a coffee shop owner, a gardener, the ability to put out content around your passion and what you do is out there for everybody, zero cost, huge reward, total game changer. And it's time for people to realize that opportunity.
You said authentic, though, earlier. There's a lot of bad content out there.
There's a lot of bad books written, right?
Well, of course.
It's just a game.
But so where does, I mean, the authentic thing is so important. I agree with you totally. You have to go out there and it has to feel real. If it ever feels like you're selling or you're hawking,
you're dead.
Yeah, so how do you make sure, I mean, what have you done to make sure that the stuff you're doing
is
real?
Fear of knowing that if I start trying to go too far in one direction or the other, that there's a danger. Listen, this book, right? I mean, I'm so passionate about this book. I want everybody in the world to read it. So, you know, I'm a natural salesman. I had a lemonade stand. I was a baseball card kid. I want to bring it up everywhere, but I don't because I don't want to be too pitchy with it. And so it's a balance. It's having feel. But if you're coming from a place of truth and care, you're gonna win. It's like Twitter, very hot topic. Gary, you have so many followers, you did it, wow, wow, wow. How do you use it? It's not, what do I say? It's not about what you say. It's about how you listen to the people talking to you. And so it's those kind of basic human principles. Treat Twitter and Facebook like a cocktail party and you'll win. You're not gonna pitch your stuff at a cocktail party. Right. You may drop a line to your neighbors, but you're not gonna pitch.
Now, a lot of people do with Twitter, just a lot of businesses especially, will just they'll just keep posting.
It becomes a press release for them.
So how do you, for you, it sounds like it's all about the followers and all about following others as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a balance. I mean, Twitter's funny for me. I probably use it more as a, hey, check this out, I'm speaking at BA, see me on TV. I do use it as a communication tool, but there's a lot of me watching every single day. I'm searching my name 40 times a day. What are people saying? Do they need me? Somebody says, hey, Gary V, what wine goes with pork loin? I'm getting in there, I'm sending a direct message saying, you gotta look at Petit Verdot. It's an amazing up and coming grape. That means, I mean, to people that's like, are you kidding me? And these massive mainstream brands, I mean, do you know what it would be like if I said to my favorite Jets player, hey, Thomas Jones, hey, Kerry Rhodes, what do you think about the game? And they sent me a direct message saying we're gonna win. That's so much deeper than anything that was ever out there before. That's the power of it.
Yeah, but it's hard to do that when you're getting busier and busier. You're answering emails, you're on Twitter, Facebook. Every time they invent a new social network tool, how can you do it all?
It's your job. The more you put in, the more you get. I mean, you're not gonna buy a yacht or buy the New York Jets like I want to if you don't work hard. It's about effort, and if you put in 30 minutes, you get 30-minute results.
Yeah.
So a lot of people ask me that. I do a lot of consulting for Fortune 500 companies, and they're always like, okay, wait a minute, when are we supposed to do our real job? And I'm like, well, your real job consists of 45 minutes of you watching bullcrap videos on the internet, 25 minutes of you instant messaging with your friends, an hour of you dozing off. I mean, this is real. This is connecting, this is touching, this is the pulse of our society, and these platforms are free. We're talking about sweat equity in return for real money. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So you're a big fan of Facebook and Twitter.
I am.
You see other elements out there that are coming?
Love Tumblr. I think Tumblr is going to be a big play, very big on Ustream, and even by the time October comes out and this book comes out, there'll probably be one or two more. I mean, there's so much going on out there. It's happening every day, but those two have really settled in. They're definitely the buzzwords, but WordPress, and Tumblr, they're your platforms to build your blog.
WordPress is a blogging tool.
Correct, WordPress is a blog. I think Twitter and Facebook are great, but I still think people need their destination. Mm-hmm. Where's your home? Mine is Wine Library TV and GaryVaynerchuk.com. These tools are, in place to maybe bring eyeballs to your home.
Right.
And I think that's important for people to understand.
Well, clearly Facebook has struck a chord with a lot of people now, and it started with a lot of younger kids.
Yes.
College students.
It's college
and whatnot.
play.
And then now a lot of people in the 35 and over set moving into Facebook in huge numbers, reconnecting with old classmates.
Yep.
It is their home to some degree right now.
And if grandma wants to see the grandkids,
that's right.
The pictures are on Facebook.
The video clips,
and so
everything.
It's funny, 3-4 years ago I was screaming about how, and everyone's like, oh, nobody over 30, this is a young woman's game. This is society. The internet itself is the biggest platform of media ever. People need to wrap their head around it, and it's 14 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fascinating to me.
So who is the biggest audience for Crush It? Is it individuals? Is it companies? Is it teachers? Is it who?
I would say it starts with individuals. Anybody who does not want to not go to sleep at night because they're so happy with what they do should buy this book. Then corporate, because I think corporate needs to understand the environment they need to build within their industries to allow freedom for their employees, or they're going to start losing their A players.
Yeah.
Because their A players' ability to go out there and reproduce what I've done is easy. So I would say in that order.
Okay. So what's going to happen with your wine passion now? You're getting to be Gary, Vaynerchuk now. This new guy that's like this sort of, business guru person, so what's going to happen to the Gary Vaynerchuk, the Vayniacs, the wine fans?
My DNA is always with me. I didn't stop liking the Jets because I got into wine, and listen, I'm still pumping out Wine Library TV every single day.
How many episodes a day?
We're almost at 700, 5 episodes a week. Every single day, 30-minute wine shows in that camera. So I don't see it stopping unless, I'm having a baby, there's dynamics in my life, but it's such a part of me. I mean, wine is not where I want it to be, so I still have a lot of work to do.
How do you wind down at the end of a day?
I don't.
You're like rolling.
I don't. It goes to straight, switch off, and that's it. Like, all right, and then, I'm out.
Yeah, so how's your baby going to keep up with that, man?
I don't know. I mean, how am I going to keep up with the baby? I think is the
maybe
bigger
you're
concern
right.
I have.
Maybe you're right. Well, listen, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck to the Jets, too.
Appreciate it.
And thanks so much for coming to Borders. I know the book is going to rock.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
It
good
means
luck.
a lot.